Welcome back to the Open Gate Podcast, where we still have no idea what we're doing.
Exactly. I don't know. Yeah, we don't know what we're doing.
Okay.
Okay. So how was your weekend, sir? Your weekday.
My weekdays? Today's Monday, Carlo.
Well, last week. How was last week?
How was last week?
Yeah.
Pretty uneventful, because I have nothing going on in my life.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
Did you hear anything about the job interview?
No. I don't think I'm going to get hired.
I don't think so either. Because I think you did the wrong. I think you walked out too quickly.
You're probably right. Plus, at the same time, they changed their sign.
Did they?
Yeah, it doesn't say, now hiring anymore.
Well, you must have got hired.
Oh, well.
You best walk in.
Best walk in. No, I didn't get a call from any job interview. But I'm thinking about today, I will apply to DoorDash.
Today?
Yeah.
You gonna DoorDash for me?
I can DoorDash for you if you order DoorDash.
We'll just drive. We'll order something. Mm-hmm. You get paid from me. I pay you.
You pay me.
I pay you, and then you just drive to McDonald's. I'll get in the vehicle with you. We'll go to McDonald's. We'll drive all the way back, and it says you already arrived 4 minutes ago when we were heading back. I think it'll work.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You better give me a good review, Carlo.
5 stars for McDonald's, 2 stars for Tyler.
Oh, thanks.
Because he already arrived, but it took 4 minutes for my food. Ooh.
There we go.
Sizzle. Oh, okay, so disclaimer today. We cut out the mic totally. We were fiddling it with this morning.
It stopped working.
In a way, yeah.
Oh, it didn't work in the first place.
Yeah.
We just don't know how to... Okay, it works, but we just don't know how to use it.
Yes. Well, okay, we need to get a good recording software. All we're using is the memos.
Remember when I said we don't know what we're doing?
Exactly.
Yeah,
we still don't know.
We don't know.
But we'll figure it out one day.
But maybe. Hey, this is all fun. We're having fun.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah, we got a new subscriber.
Meanwhile, I have a leveler in my hand, and I'm about to beat Carlo over the head with it.
It's pretty leveled.
His head is not very level.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I'm a little bit crooked.
You're a bit crooked. There you go.
But okay. Anyways, we got a new subscriber. I know who it is.
I don't.
It's my cousin.
Your cousin?
Yep. He said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Recording things." And he said, "For what?" And I said, "For a podcast."
Did you tell him we're not funny?
I told him, I gave him a disclaimer that we don't know what we're doing. So yes.
Okay, that's close enough.
Yeah, he enjoys my humor, so he might enjoy your humor.
Our humor is pretty similar, especially when we're together.
Yeah, I follow you, but you're following me type of situation.
Yes, so like back in elementary school, when we would just walk around the playground, we wouldn't know where we're going. We're following each other. We just walk around in circles.
Even though I'm in front of you sometimes, and I said I'm following you.
Yes, that doesn't make any sense logically. I'm behind you, you're following me.
But it's like one of those things. If I notice you're not behind me, I go, wait a minute, I should be turning too.
Yeah, okay.
It's that type of situation. Anyways, so he wants to do an interview type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he's down to do an interview. He's planned, well, I planned it around August. So maybe by then we can have a good mic set up. Maybe by then we might have more than 9 subscribers.
Maybe by then.
And maybe by then the 25 watchers would actually subscribe.
Yeah, I mean, if they do, it makes us feel validated
because
and
I'm
relevant.
like one of the views. I'm one of them.
Yeah.
And I know 9 of the other views are subscribers, so I don't know who the rest are.
It doesn't have to be 100%. They don't have to watch if they're subscribed. But watch if you do it.
Do it?
Do it.
Well, they should do it. They should subscribe.
Do it. I'm not going to watch. I haven't watched a single episode.
Well, now I know you're not the 25.
I'm not one of the 25.
And then, like, whenever I click on my channel, the Open Gate, when we click on our channel, the Open Gates one, it says we have 18 views. So I'm, like, really confused. I'm like...
Okay, no. It builds up over time.
Yeah.
Like, our first episode got 25 views, but, our second episode, I remember seeing 16 views, and then, I checked yesterday, and it said 25 views.
25 views. Let's see. Your internet's a little bit slow today.
Oh, I know. Xfinity's been having problems.
Yeah. But, yeah. So, probably August. We still have 25 views on both of the videos.
Nice. So we at least we have consistent listeners.
But that leads to the question: who is the rest listening that is not subscribing?
Exactly. Well, I'm I'm just happy that somebody's actually watching.
It's actually quite concerning at the same time because we don't know who's watching.
We don't exactly. I wonder how all those other people do it. When there's so many people watching them, they don't know who it is.
They don't. Well, like, my question is, so the people who get all big, wow. They must ask their parents, "Could you subscribe to my channel?"
Yeah.
They didn't ask that. They just did.
I mean, I'm not going to make my parents subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe, mother.
I have another channel. It's got like 5 videos. There's 3 videos of me playing guitar, one of my cat, and then another one of the screen of a video
What is your cat
game.
doing?
I pet her with a little hand. You know those? You remember those hands that you put like on your finger and they're about this big?
That's quite creepy, my sir.
Yeah, that got like 9 views, and then one of them got like 80 something.
Wow.
I mean, that's impressive for our standards.
We're drinking Pepsi, by the way.
So prepare for a lot of burps.
Yes, I review the Pepsi.
Unless Carlo edits them out. He doesn't have to. Don't do it. Burps are funny.
I give this Pepsi 4 sips out of 2.
More sips out of 2. That's impressive.
It's very good. And 1 burp. But anyways, so yeah, maybe August we'll have an interview. Maybe. We'll see.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
We might do it over Discord.
Okay.
So we'll see.
That spares the social interaction for me. Don't have to see a person's face when I talk to them.
Hi, sir. Anyways, so nothing really interesting in your life then?
Yeah, that's where we started, wasn't it?
Yeah. You still have nothing?
I still have
You
nothing.
don't remember
Nothing
anything?
interesting. Nothing interesting in my life. What about you, Carlo?
Well, okay, at work, something interesting happened.
Yeah.
I call him the rock star man. So this man walks in. It's about closing time. It's like 6:58. This guy walks in, and he's strutting his stuff. He's strutting his stuff. Well, I didn't see him until later on, so I knew he was strutting his stuff. But anyways, so I turn around the corner, and he goes around the corner, and he does this thing where he goes like...
Does he pull down his pants, Carlo?
Honestly, he could have done that, and it would have been natural for this guy. But he goes like this, and he just stares at me, and then he's like, "Hey, handsome," and I was just like, "Oh."
Well, nobody can see what pose that you made.
Well, I'll take a photo of myself.
You'll take a photo of yourself?
In the mirror. But anyways,
Okay.
like, he does that. He goes around the corner, and he's like, "Hey, handsome." And then I was like, "Hello." And he's like, "Where's your buckets?" And I was like, "Over there." But he's standing up when I went like, "Over there." He's all, "Oh, God." And I was like, "Over there." He's all, "Thank you." And he struts his stuff again out of the. He just walks away, and then so after that, I finish up cleaning up what I was doing, and I go up to the cash registers because I wanted to know if he was still there. He was there. And have you seen the OCD Couple by Bowser Vids?
I haven't, no.
Okay, well, anyways, he does the exact same thing as the OCD Couple, where he puts down the buckets, and the cashier asks him, "How many buckets do you have?" And he said, 3. And then as he pushes it, he goes, "No, wait." And he pulls it back, and he goes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I was just like staring at this guy, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, it's actually quite... You would like him.
He's my spirit animal.
Honestly, he reeked of Rockstar and weed.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he's
like,
more of your spirit animal.
Rockstar part, my sir. But,
yeah, okay.
Anyways, he starts counting, and then he's like, 3. And he pushes it, and then Jeannie, the cashier, starts scanning it. But he's like, "No, wait." And pulls it away from her, and then he takes them all out, and he goes, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2.
Maybe this guy just didn't graduate kindergarten.
I guess not. But he was going crazy at the same time because he was just like...
He's just been held back like 15 or so years.
And then at the end, he just grabs his buckets and he says, "Thank you, handsome." And then he walks out of the building. And I was like, wow, can't wait to see this man again. But this is what he was wearing. He was wearing BMX pants. You know, the biker motocross bike pants.
The spandex.
In a way,
The
yes.
spandex?
Yeah.
I've never worn them before.
They're slightly baggy. They were lime green, and they had black stripes, and they had the X on them.
So he looked pretty dumb.
I think he looked very cultural.
You think it's fashionable, Carlo?
Very fashionable.
Do you think we'd be wearing that in the future?
Honestly, I don't see why not. Well, I haven't finished the rest of the outfit.
He's a trendsetter. Keep going.
Okay, anyways. And then his shoes were just like your normal flip-flops.
Yeah.
One was green, one was pink. And I was like, that's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have any socks on, sadly. But then when you go up, he was wearing no belt. His shirt was tucked in, but it was like your wife beater type of shirt.
Oof.
Where it's like the little straps. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he had a weird coat on where it was like slightly hanging off his body. And it was a dark blue hoodie, like coat type of situation.
Okay.
And then when you go up to his face, he had a raggedy beard and a
Yeah.
raggedy mustache.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had like 6 bandanas on his head. One was green, one was yellow, one was blue, and one was purple. And he had these poles tied to his head. And I was like, that's pretty dope. And then, yeah, he was a very interesting fella.
This sounds like an interesting day for you, Carlo.
But he reeked of Rockstar, bro. Like he bathed in Rockstar before he came in.
Gross. I mean, okay, Rockstar isn't that bad. It's not.
Well, it was like the punch smelling one. Have you smelled the punch one?
Yes, I think I've tried it before.
It's not that good.
I don't drink a lot of energy drinks.
Yeah, except that one time.
Okay, I drink them occasionally.
Once in a while.
Rarely.
Once in a blue moon.
Once in a blue moon. Once in a yellow moon. I hate the color yellow.
Yellow's a great color.
Yellow's a terrible
I
color.
enjoy yellow.
It is the worst color known to humankind.
I think yellow, pink, and pastel blue. Well, pastel pink and pastel blue are my favorite colors.
Well, you're the artist, so you know all the colors.
Not all of them.
You know all the colors,
I
Carlo.
think they can only see like 5,000 colors, and there's like
That's about right.
and there's like how many colors? Like 8 million trillion kabillion colors.
Just about that?
Yeah,
Just about that much, yeah?
Well, not different like red, blue, green. Like you got your primaries, your red, you got your blue, and you got your yellow. But like 8 billion different tones of that. But we only can see 5,000 of them.
Yes.
And I wonder who determined the other 8 billion other colors.
That's a good question.
Yeah,
Think about it. Like, if a scientist who is human cannot see all these colors, how do they know there's more?
Exactly. It's just like, how do you determine that? Did you ask some alien? Maybe that's the proof of aliens. We're being stupid about this, and we're just agreeing with the scientists going, oh yeah, more than 5,000 colors. Well, there's an alien that told him, I was like, no, guys, your walls are ugly as hell.
Uh-huh.
Like, you see green, but this shit looks like brown, like crap brown, like 8 million shaded brown that you can't see.
Well, okay. So I know that one way to determine that there are more colors is like, okay, have you heard of the what's it called? I don't remember what it's called.
Ooh.
Okay, I have to apologize for that one. Okay. It's like a shrimp, right? And it's at the bottom of the ocean.
You call it a rainbow shrimp or something like that. I know which one you're talking
something
about.
like that. It can see infrared.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a bad example. Because I was trying to describe like how the eye works,
Uh-huh.
right? Because there, in the back of our eye, there are these things called rods and cones.
Okay.
I don't exactly know what they are, what they're made out of. But they allow us to see light, not color.
Well, because it's like woo.
That was very insightful.
So it's just like a lens, how our eyes are.
Mhm.
So this is the eyeball,
Yes.
and then in the middle is these it's like the breaking point, not the breaking point, but what do you call it? It's the what do you call it? I forgot what it's called. It's a clump of lenses. Oh, I should know this.
You should. For someone who's studying
I
this
should
stuff.
know this. Gosh, dang it. What is the clump of lenses? It's something stupid, like something really basic. Anyways, so I'm gonna look it up real quick. Clump of lenses in the center of a lens.
That is very specific.
It won't pop up. I think it's called group. I think it's called a group.
Group?
Clump.
Clump.
It's called a clump.
You were close.
Well, I said clump of lenses.
When I'm in a group of people, I don't call us a group. I call us a clump.
Clump of lenses. So
I'm never in groups of people.
well, there you go, sir.
That's probably why I call them clumps.
I think it's called a clump. I think it's called a clump. It popped up an eyeball.
Hey, okay, the eyeball.
But it's just like that. So, it's just like that. So, you got your lens. What the frick, Google? What the frick? So, you got your Google. You got your Google here. But, you know, that part right there, that lens, that's your lens.
Yes.
Just the lens. And then it goes into here where all of it gathers. All the... I hate Google.
The
well,
cornea?
anyways, the cornea, yeah. Well, that's the clump of the lens where all the light gathers.
Like it's like the cornea.
Yeah, and then it spreads. Huh?
Have you ever like seen that close up? Have you ever seen
It's
close
actually
up?
quite cool. It looks like Grand Canyon type of status.
To me, it looks disgusting.
I like it.
It looks really gross to me. I'm like, I have a canyon in my eye. This freaks me out.
I think there's some of them that have like weird, like actual, like some have hearts. Mm-hmm. Some people can get designs in their eyes. And then some
I have
people...
stars in my eyes.
You have stars in your eyes?
Yeah.
Are you always dizzy?
Yeah, okay. Good joke, Carlo.
Good joke. I'm clever. Anyways, and then it goes to the clump.
Both of us being blonde with blue eyes. Yeah.
I think my eyes are lighter or darker.
Usually that.
Sometimes mine turn gray.
I don't feel like staring lovingly into your eyes, Carlo.
Sorry, but anyways, goes to the clump and then it spreads all the color onto a sensor, and that's what our brain determines what we're seeing. So we're just a giant camera.
Sort of.
Well, what's the sensor but for an eye? Because this is a sensor.
The optic nerve.
Because that plate right there, you see that plate right there?
Yeah.
That's the sensor. So this is your eye, but what is the sensor to our...
The occipital lobes?
I don't know what that is, sir.
The thing that retains the visual information?
Then that might be it, then.
Okay, so the way it works is that we retain information, right? Our eyes see certain stimuli. It goes through the optic nerve, into the hippocampus, and then there's like one more step. I think it involves the hypothalamus. But then it travels to different parts of our brain. And then... Yeah, so there. No. So these different parts of our brain actually retain the image that we see. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how memory works. The hippocampus takes it, processes it, and shoots it to the rest of your brain. And our occipital lobe, which is actually in the back of our head, is the part that retains the information, or something like that. Oh, it's been a while since I took brain and behavior. It was a good class. I really want to read that book. I have a book on it more now.
A book about brains?
Yes, I study the brain. I don't study the eye.
You don't study the eye?
I have one lesson on the eye, so I vaguely remember.
Would you take a whole class on the eye?
Optometrists probably do.
Okay, so...
There's a whole lot to study on the eye if you have to get a degree in it.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty neat. The brain. The pinky and the brain.
Pinky and the brain.
But, yeah, I don't know. I don't believe in scientists sometimes. I think they lie to us.
Well, okay, yeah, as a basic person who lives on the ground.
Yes, we are basic people.
We are basic people who live on the ground.
Well, like...
I can't find the best way.
Who says that our scientists back then who determined gravity, Isaac Newton...
An apple fell from the tree.
But who did determine... Yes, Isaac Newton's right.
Isaac Newton invented gravity, Carlo? You should know this.
I get that. He invented it. But who just said, yes, you're right. You're right, Isaac Newton. You're right.
I don't know.
Who
how could you disprove gravity?
Well, how do you accept that is gravity? How do you... Because one man just says, an apple fall, that's gravity. It's like, but how do you... I don't know. How do you agree with that? That's like... It's a dictator. He's a dictator. He made that shit
Isaac
up.
Newton.
He made it up.
He's our... Wasn't he? He's our savior, Carlo. Isaac
Newton. Not Isaac Newton, but Isaac Newton.
I think Newton the Newt is a reincarnation of Isaac Newton.
Well, he's a liar.
He's a liar.
He's a dictator. He said gravity is what falls and what...
That's heresy, Carlo.
Opposite
heresy.
and equal reaction reflecting off each other. Mm-hmm. He said, yes, that's gravity. But why did we all agree with it? That's my question. Why did we all agree with it? Yes, we have some people that say, well, maybe because you're fatter, that's why you can't jump as high. Maybe you're right. You are right. But like, who determined he is right though? Like, we all agreed with them.
Well, I mean, I think Isaac Newton was a well-respected guy at that point in time. He was just sitting under a tree.
Lazy.
This is the story, at least. He was sitting under a tree. He's not lazy. He was sitting under a tree.
Being lazy.
An apple fell from the tree. And he's like, how did this apple get on the ground? Like, well, it sounds like a stupid question to ask, right?
My question is, why did it take him so long to notice something falling? Did his whole life he just avoided falling objects?
No.
Did he never drop anything in his life?
Yeah, okay. He's definitely dropped things, but I don't think he's ever questioned why things fall.
Until that one moment where I bet you he was blazing it up. I think he got high.
You think he got high?
He got high on mushrooms or something. He found something under that tree. He was like, mushrooms. Mm-hmm. And he bit into them, and then he's all, whoa. And then he got lazy again. And then he noticed an apple falling. And then he really thought about it. So maybe we people are scientists.
People who... Okay. I think you're confusing scientists and philosophers. Philosophers smoke the weed.
Was Isaac Newton a philosopher?
Yes. Okay.
Haha!
That's not the point.
He smokes weed.
That's not the point, okay?
He's a druggie.
Science is when you test things. Look.
Well, I know the scientific formula.
Science.
By the way, he just
threw a paper
on the ground. But I know the scientific thing is like you invent something,
mm-hmm.
you hypothesis, you're like, oh, maybe apples do fall from tree, and then you tested it, and then you refine it, and then you test it again, and then you have to do a whole. It's a 3. So.
The scientific method. It's been a while since we've tried it.
Yeah, but that's
it's been a while since we had to do it.
But who says they are right though? Like,
I don't know.
We just agreed to
some
it.
sort of official.
Okay,
how exactly
bow down
can
to
you
them.
disprove gravity? Look, everybody probably just.
Well, we have flat earthers who disprove the Earth is round. Like, well,
the Earth has been proven round. We're not getting into conspiracies again.
But
we don't need to. That was last episode.
But who made them right though? Like who? Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I sort of know what you mean. You think that like some kind of power has to. I think it was more like he spread the word.
Well, that's how he did it, but no one went against it. Everyone just like, yep, you're right, Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
He could have been some like druggie who's just like smoking weed and they just all believed him. Like, was he the smartest? Why are you sniffing your pants?
They smell weird.
Have you not washed your pants?
No, I wash my pants. It's like, okay, every time I get a new pair of pants, they smell like suspiciously like poop. What?
They're recording.
I don't care. They can hear.
Okay, your suspicious poop pants.
I'm pretty sure nobody poops on my pants.
Well, human feces or dog feces?
Kind of both. Like, okay, it's like, you know when you're sitting in like a backyard and all of a sudden you get like this small hint of like dog poop?
Yes.
For some reason that's on every new pair of pants that I get.
Maybe it's in your laundry. Maybe someone in your family washed their pants without scraping the poop off, and now it's in your washing system.
So there's poop
in your washing machine. Maybe you have to clean that stuff out, man. Maybe you haven't cleaned out your washing machine yet.
I don't know how. I just do my laundry. Somebody else is responsible for that.
Maybe one of your siblings.
What about the detergent? Maybe we changed detergents, I think.
Well, did it smell like crap before you changed your detergent?
These aren't even new pants. I mean, they are. They're new.
But I don't think after a while your pants smell like human feces unless you shit yourself every day.
I don't make a habit out of it. Thank you. Yeah.
But
anyway, what were we talking about?
Well, okay, I was trying to prove who made college. Let's get into the topic of college. Who made the people who invented college the right to invent college? Like, who said they were smart Like, did they not have to go to college?
No, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
You're right. Going to college... No, inventing college requires going to college.
I don't think so. But, like...
So the guys went to college before inventing college.
Uh-oh. Sorry. But, what I'm trying to say is, because we say the smart people go to college.
Yeah, we go to college. We're not smart.
Clump.
Clump.
That's the group of lenses. But, yeah, we're not smart. Not a lot of people go to college to be smart. But who said the people before college were smart, and then when college was made, who gave them a pass?
I think it's all philosophers. You know,
heads,
the weird people.
The weeders.
Da Vinci was a very smart person.
He couldn't do calculus, though. I mean, he couldn't do... No one can.
No one can do calculus, Carla. What are you talking about?
Well, he couldn't do, like, basic math. He had to have his wife do his math for him.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I have
the Da Vinci book, and it has all of his inventions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he talks in one part where it's like a handwritten note where he talks about his wife doing the calculations for him. Like basic math calculations, like 2 + 2.
Okay.
It's like the thing where people who are really, really smart lack common sense.
Okay, here's the thing. Intelligence. I had a chapter of it in social psychology. No developmental psychology, no social psychology. I took both classes this semester, and I'm mixing them up a little bit. Anyway, there's like an expert mindset or something that was called. I forget what it's called. I am pathetic. Mm-hmm. I don't study very much. But the idea is like everybody has their own expertise. It sounds very self-explanatory. It makes sense.
Well, yeah, because I'm into film and to drawing. You're into music.
Music and psychology and all that stuff. Isaac Newton, wrong person. Da Vinci was probably sucked at math. I suck at math. I am
but he
so
was an
bad
inventor.
at it. But he was a thinker. He was a thinker.
So that makes its own category. I studied thinker. I got a master in thinker.
Albert Einstein's brain was not any extraordinary in really any way.
No, I think we have to take in mind is like they had their brain developed in a special way.
Okay.
Because people think in different ways, you know.
Yeah.
Because I think slower than some people. I think faster than some people. Maybe they thought, not saying they're smarter than us, but they thought in a different way.
Yeah. Okay. I said that Albert Einstein's brain wasn't extraordinary. Something that they found interesting about it is that they found more glial cells in his parietal lobes.
What are those?
Okay, so the parietal lobes are the part of your brain that allow you spatial awareness.
Okay.
They allow you to know where things are, where you are in space at all times.
Okay.
So, I think he just thought a little more spatially instead of like he didn't really have a narrow mindset. Like he thought more outside of the box.
Okay.
So he invented all kinds of, or didn't invent. He came up with all kinds of theories, and I don't actually know much about Albert Einstein, but the theory of relativity, I don't know what it is.
I thought that was nope, I don't know.
Nope, I'm not even gonna try because I don't want to sound dumb.
Yeah,
right.
One of those type of cases. But what was I trying to say here?
I don't know.
We determined that people who are smart, quote unquote smart, just think differently. Because like, you hear stories that are like brain, like, what do you call them? Da Vinci students, or what's the? It
was like a scholarship, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They took like classes in art and math, science, all the STEAM.
Yeah, but
STEM.
The thing is, like, there's some kids in elementary or just like kindergarten. They're like, "Oh my god, my boy's a boy genius" or something like that.
Gifted.
That's
what they call them. Yeah.
They're just thinking differently. Maybe some people just process it not wanting to be lazy, but they just can't.
Or they could be developing faster than most people. Not like their bodies, but their brains.
Yeah.
Because you remember how I told you that the prefrontal cortex isn't fully developed until the age of 21?
So he's 21 by the time of kindergarten?
No. It's just that his prefrontal cortex was probably developing faster than the rest of the kids.
Okay. I got you. Well, I'm just saying.
But that's just a theory, a game theory.
Thanks for listening.
I kind of backed out of that for, like, I hesitated.
Thanks for listening. But what am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say. No one's smart.
I understand. I do. No one's hold on. No one's smart.
Yeah, no one's smart.
They just think in different ways.
Yeah, because I'm smart, and I don't know, not film correctly. I don't think anyone can be smart on a certain topic. I think you can learn to a point where you agree with yourself, but there's always a way to develop. Like in film, for me, I can learn a whole bunch about lights. I know how to set up lights. I know 3-point lighting. I know the basics. I know all the different lights in the world.
I know nothing about light.
Yes. But whenever I go on set, there's one guy who goes, give me an apple box, put it in the first step. What is the first step? I only know Hollywood, California. Yeah, it's stupid names.
Yeah, okay.
But he made it simpler for me. The 1, 2, and 3. 1 step, 2 step. Well, here, let me get a box. So this is the 1 step. Imagine this is a full apple box.
Yeah,
An apple box is just a box.
Okay.
A wooden box.
I believe you.
This is the first, this is second, and this is third. But this is like New York, Los Angeles.
They just gave them stupid names.
Yeah, they gave them stupid names. And this guy taught me 1, 2, 3. Like, it's that simple. And I was just like, oh, well, I feel stupid. But what I'm trying to say is no one's smart.
So you were confused on that, and then he just made it simpler.
Yeah, wasn't confused. It was New York, Los Angeles, whatever. But he just made it a whole lot simpler than saying, we want a Los Angeles apple box.
Some people try to sound smart, but they're not actually smart.
And then the people who gloat that they're smarter than people
are dumb. They're the dumbest of us.
Complete assholes.
Yeah, that's true. Yes,
because no one is smarter than. I can claim that I'm smarter than you in film, but maybe there's something you can teach me that I don't know.
Yes,
there's always a way.
College student syndrome, where they think they're better than everybody else.
I think
we suffer from it a little bit.
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when we were little, we think we're smarter than our parents because they're like, do your chores, and you're like, I already did, and it looks like shit outside.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you didn't. And then you argue with your parents. Well, I think that's how it is whenever certain people invest in a certain topic. They get their masters or their doctors. They think they mastered that certain topic.
Yes.
You did not.
Yes.
No. You are intelligent in the topic, but you're not smart in that topic. There is always a way to learn more. There's always an easier way. That's
true. Yes. I have to get my doctorates because they don't have a master's program at UNM for psychology, which is kind of unfair. But they're still running all kinds of experiments and tests on all kinds of different things, and they're still learning more things. So even if you get your doctorate, all the stuff that you know is not set in stone.
No.
Something could change.
That's how it is. Okay, so I was going to get my second certificate in film this year. They added another class to it whenever I registered for my classes. So I couldn't register it until I got into the class, and they're like, oh, you need one more class. And I was like, what class? And then they show me it, and I was like, that wasn't there yesterday. And they're like, we just added it. And I'm like, you can't do that. But okay, so I have to take another class when it comes to fall.
Yeah.
And then I get my second certificate. That's if they don't add another flipping class to it. But it's exactly what you're saying is whatever you learn now is not going to be the same later on.
Yes.
Like they will say, yeah, your eyeball reflects light or something like that. Well, maybe in 20 years they find out it like, I don't know, slightly reflects light. You don't know.
If eyeballs reflected light, we'd all have glowing eyes.
You know what I mean, though.
I know what you mean. They retain reflections.
Yeah.
They.
But you know what I mean.
I know what you're saying.
But
what you're saying.
With film, we're like, look at, we got 16, we got 8s, we got 8 film, we got 16, and then we developed it more. Now the people who only know film are like, what's a digital camera? It's like, well, Gramps. So they thought they were smart. Now they feel stupid. Well, I don't think they feel stupid. I think they feel like
they just know different things.
Yeah, but I can learn from them still. I can still learn, and they can learn from me now. But I think in my argument, I think college is useful to learn, but I don't think you're smart.
Well, yeah, if you want to get into what you want to do, if you have a set goal, it's good to go to college. You don't have to if you don't know what you want to do. You can go in later, but you don't need it unless you want to do something that needs it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to official college. C&M is a trade school.
Yeah.
So I can go to UNM, but I don't feel like paying $600 for my parking.
Yeah, it is just about that much. And then they raised the tuition to $4,000 a semester.
Why?
I don't know.
Wait, so is it $4,000 for all your classes, or do you have to pay $4,000 and then pay for your classes?
It's $4,000 per semester. At least that's what I think.
Is that covering all your classes?
Yeah, it covers all classes.
Because my classes for each semester was about $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
And my this year's semester only cost me $900. Like, in my opinion, I think trades are better than going to college, but that's me.
Yeah.
I believe trades are more useful, but you're going into psychology type of stuff.
Yes.
So you find that useful.
I need to go to real college.
Well,
you are going to real college.
You went to a 2-year college.
I went to a 2-year college. Now I have to transfer to the main campus.
And then I always got confused with the college thing where they do the graduation.
Mm-hmm.
I always got confused by that. I was like, I thought I graduated already.
Like now?
Like high school, I graduated, but I didn't know there was a graduation, and then there's a graduation course in college. Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Wait. So you mean like you didn't know there was a graduation ceremony?
Well, I knew there was a ceremony of some sort.
You were there. We were there.
Yeah, but I didn't know there was graduation classes either. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Because I have a friend of mine who graduated college, but now she's doing graduated classes. And that confused the living hell out of me. I'm like, what determines a graduated class?
Hold on, wait. So she is taking classes on graduation, or she is a graduated class?
No, okay, so let's give an example. She studied landscaping.
Okay.
And she went to college for 4 years and became a master landscaper.
Bachelor.
Okay, yes, bachelor. But she graduated, and now she graduated from college. Now she's taking graduation classes on landscaping. Like, she graduated, I don't know the proper naming. Maybe that's what you're confused about. She graduated, but now she could take graduated classes for college.
Oh, so she has to learn how to get into the landscaping?
Yeah. And then you can take, I don't know, flower potting 3. I don't know. I'm trying to think here.
It's like ceramics. I took ceramics.
But like for film, I had to take film technician 1,
mm-hmm.
film technician 2. But for the second certificate, I need to take film technician 3. But I had to get my first certificate. So that's kind of like my graduation classes I'm taking now. Well, I did. So, yeah, I don't know. Do you have that kind of situation or no?
Right now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of lost in what you're saying.
Okay, I'm saying.
But let me finish. Okay, so, right now I'm just waiting for my certificate. I don't want to call it a degree because it's my associates.
Yeah.
Get my associates. I think it's a degree, and then I have to go. 6 more years? No.
If you go
6 more years to get my doctorate. Yeah.
To make it. Well, you already been to classes.
7, 5, 4. Oh, okay, wait.
You already been 6 years in college?
No, I've been to college for 2 years.
2 years.
And then now I have to do 6 more. 6 more.
So
years.
8. 8's a doctorates? I thought it was 12.
Depends. It could be more.
Oh,
I don't know.
Because I can get my master's in film, but I have to go to California or something like that to get my doctorates in film.
I don't think you need a doctorate.
No one needs a doctorate.
Or even a bachelor's.
No, you don't. That's what makes me happy about film. So, example, if I go up and I go, I got doctorates in film, they go, good for you, bud. And then they don't hire me because they can give a rat's ass about you. They want more experience and more study time.
Yeah.
Now for you, they're like, oh, you got a master's. That's cool and all, but we're looking for doctors over here, bud.
Yeah, well, Doctors, with the doctors, I could do all kinds of things. I can be a psychologist, I can be a psychologist, I can be a therapist, I can be a...
You can be a 2-time psychologist?
No, a psychiatrist and psychologist.
Oh, okay.
They're completely different.
I thought you said psychologist.
No, a psychiatrist is somebody who has a doctorate, who can prescribe medication and diagnose patients, right?
Yes.
A psychologist it's more of a blanket term, kind of. It can describe somebody who tests things, like a behavioral psychologist, or structuralism is the thing anymore. It's called mindfulness now. What's the other branch? Cognitive psychologists, all those people. Those are psychologists. A psychiatrist gives medicine and diagnoses patients.
I got you.
But so if I want to experiment on things, like if I want to be a behavioral psychologist, I will need my doctorate.
Would you write a book?
That'd be cool. I could do that.
Anyways, continue.
But if I wanted to be a therapist, I could just get a master's and be fine.
Okay. What would you be content with your life?
No. That's another topic.
We already talked about that. But
we already talked about that. Nobody heard it, but we already talked about that.
25 listeners, sir.
No.
Oh, wait, no, we didn't.
No, it sucks,
That's the one we didn't record.
That's the one where we actually sounded smart for once.
Yeah. Well, I think we're sounding pretty intelligent now.
Okay, don't toot your own horn, Carlo.
But anyways, in conclusion, you don't have to go to college. You don't have to go to a trade school. If you want to learn a certain craft, then you go to those classes. You are not smart. You are intelligent.
Yeah, okay.
Because you can always learn more. And if you think you're smart, you're just an asshole. That is my conclusion for today. Isaac Newton is an asshole. Because he's like, I invented gravity. And then I would have been the guy in the stand going, you're an asshole. Not because he invented it, but he tooted his own horn, making it seem like I'm the smartest guy in the room right now.
You're contradicting yourself.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You're the epitome of irony.
What do you mean?
A person who claims to be intelligent is saying people who are intelligent...
Well, smart. He's claiming he's smart because he's like, I figured out something you have not.
Okay.
Maybe some guy already thought about this, but he called it something stupid like gravy.
Gravy?
He's like, I invented gravy. And people are like, you're an idiot. And then Isaac Newton comes around the corner going, you mean gravity? And everyone's like, woo! Like, and then he's like, ooh, thinking he's so smart. No, you're not.
Okay. I don't think you weren't there when it happened.
I want to be now. I want to smack that guy in the face and go, you're not smart.
So all of a sudden you developed this newfound hatred for Isaac Newton.
I think I hate him.
Just because he came up with gravity.
He didn't come up with it. I think someone else did. And it's like the whole light bulb situation with Tesla and what's his name?
Edison.
Tesla made AC. No, not AC. Yeah, he made AC.
Air conditioning?
That's a type of electricity.
Okay.
Like, it's not controllable. It's free flowing electricity. And then DC is controlling.
Yeah, okay.
He invented DC. And everyone thought, what was his name? Edison was so smart because he's like, look at me. I can control electricity.
And everybody started thinking that he invented the light bulb.
Yeah, but it wasn't him.
It wasn't him.
No, he just stole it. He's like, I'm smart now. And it's like, no, you're not, you asswipe. Let's talk about your bug fetish.
It's not a fetish. Okay. So I had this topic idea because lately I've been having this weird thing about bugs. I wouldn't call it a fear, all right? But they freak me out, right? Do bugs freak you out? Do they gross you out?
Certain bugs do.
Certain bugs, yeah. But here's the thing. Certain bugs freaked me out at first. Centipedes, disgusting, right?
I don't find them disgusting, but you find them. Okay, yes.
Really? That's weird that you don't find centipedes disgusting.
What do I find disgusting? I honestly don't find a whole lot of bugs. I find mealworms disgusting.
Okay, yeah.
Because they're just in dead bodies. They're just like, sup.
Well, I don't know why mealworms are called mealworms. I think you're supposed to eat them.
Well, certain... Anyways, continue, sir.
Okay, my brother fed his lizard mealworms. Anyway, so Moths are everywhere. Do you get a lot of moths?
Why is everyone having a moth problem? I haven't had a moth problem at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Moths are literally everywhere. They even covered it on the news. Look, there's one right there. It just flew past the window.
I haven't run into a single moth at my house at all.
There was one in my car. So, and this is where we get to that story, right? So, I decided that moths also freak me out. They're the floppiest of all the bugs.
Floppiest. Just
right?
floppy, my friend.
Yeah, they flop in your face, and they're freaky, and they get in the way.
Yeah.
So, and my bug thing keeps getting worse and worse. It's not a fear, I swear it. But there's one time that I was in my car, and the moth was there too. I don't know how it got in there. My doors were closed.
It was in your passenger seat.
It was in my passenger. Was it like a stowaway kind of thing?
Soap.
It just has a seatbelt on.
Where we going, bud?
That's something to draw for this episode.
There we go. I'll draw a moth in a car seat. In a car seat. There you go. Anyway,
yeah.
Continue, sir.
Anyway, so this moth, it was flying around my car, and it was in the window. You know, like in that little thing underneath the windshield.
Yes.
Okay. So it was flying around, and it was flopping around like a
moth
fish, like a moth fish, like a bug fish, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was desperately trying to get it out of the car, and I was driving along, okay? And I was driving, so it was flopping around, and then I rolled down both windows to try and get it out, to see if it can just fly out on its own. And here's the thing. Right when I got up to that turn in the undisclosed location over in that direction, you know what that is?
Yes, I know the direction.
So, the moth, it landed on the window, like on the window. The window was open, but it landed right on the edge of it.
Okay.
So I tried to flick it out as I was turning,
but
it went the wrong direction. So I was turning, and I almost drove right into the sidewalk. I swear, if I wasn't paying attention, I would have hit Lottaburger.
That's a lot of burgers.
Directly. So I think this bug thing is becoming a little unhealthy.
So you're scared of moths because they almost cause you a wreck.
It's not. I'm not scared of them.
But you have a fear.
I don't know.
What's the definition of fear?
It's not a fear. I'm not afraid of them. They just freak me out. Okay.
What is the meaning of fear? Meaning. It is. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
And then watch. When we look up scared, it's going to be the fear of.
Yeah. Okay.
So unpleasant emotion caused by beliefs that someone or something is dangerous, literally in the cause of pain or threat.
Mm-hmm.
So did you get threatened by this moth? Did he pull out a knife and say, "Bitch, you're gonna turn"?
No, the moth did not have a knife. I did not get threatened by the moth.
Or be afraid of someone or something as like to be dangerous, painful, or threatening.
No, I'm not afraid of it. It landed on me. I freaked out a little bit. And I almost overshot the turn. Eventually it left.
The definition of scared is fearful. Frightened.
Oh, wow. That's very, very specific, very helpful. Very great definition.
Or synonyms. Frightened, afraid, fearful, nervous, panicky, agitated, alarmed, worried, manited, more.
Thanks for that list of synonyms, Carla, for the word fear.
But it runs into the topic of content and happiness. Anyways, continue. You are scared of bugs.
I'm not scared. Shut up. Okay. So, and then last night, I found this fly swatter. Found a fly swatter.
In your car?
Okay, my sister found this fly swatter. No, not in the car. This is after I got home, right? And the house was swarming. There were like 9 or 10 moths in this very room.
Why? What? I don't get it. Where are these? I haven't ran into a single moth, and I don't the person I was hanging out with is having moth problems too.
Yeah.
And I don't understand.
Twyla's having moth problems too. There's one. Oh, okay. It's not hers. Aren't as bad. There was one outside of her door.
She flipped out. You flipped out.
I flipped out.
You flipped out.
I flipped out.
Screw this. I'm going home.
I flipped out. It was actually after I was leaving. There was one outside the door, and I was watching it. I was trying really hard to get it.
It was mocking me.
Because I was waiting for its next move. Okay?
I was ready for it to pounce.
Yes. So, last night I found this fly swatter.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, it's yellow. The grossest color that there is. So, I took it, and I killed 4 or 5 moths last night.
Okay.
Um,
What, did you scream every time?
Oh,
Like, ow! Ow! Ow!
Now you're picturing me as a female tennis player. Yeah.
Ow!
Not a tennis player. Call me the bug samurai.
Bug samurai,
Bug
but you're
samurai.
scared of bugs.
No, I will not hesitate to kill a bug. I'll not hesitate to. Like, if I was afraid of them, I wouldn't kill them. I will not hesitate to kill a bug.
Why do spiders bite us if they're scared?
Because they think we're going to kill them.
Well, why are you killing moths? You're scared.
Shut up. Anyway, so I spent like a good half an hour walking around the house. Spazzing around the house. Swatting these flies out of the air.
You're scared.
Wasn't scared. Swatting these moths out of the air.
Uh-huh.
And most of them I got, and they weren't even landing on things. Like, they weren't resting on anything.
Well, moths aren't that fast.
No.
So don't toot your own horn.
I'm now. That's how samurais trained. Pretty sure.
They just got moths.
They just got a bunch of fly swatters and moths.
I don't understand.
I don't know either.
Moth problem Moth problem in New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Problem in New Mexico.
I hope we're entertaining.
Oh, I believe so. Problem.
I'm probably gonna say that every single episode.
Yeah, moth problem in New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, continue your scare story. You just swatted moths.
I swatted moths. I'm not scared of them, but I'm the moth samurai.
Do you think we're coming into what's that day that God determines that everyone dies?
Judgment Day?
Is it?
Yeah, that's what it's called. I'm not religious, so I don't know why I know that.
Is it the Judgment Day?
Thought so. It was like supposed to be the end of the earth or something.
Yeah, it was supposed to happen like 4 times already.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think
it's supposed to happen 4 times already. And maybe it's happening now with the pandemic.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Moths, aka locusts, diseases. Certain people are dying.
Carlo, you might be onto something.
This is Judgment Day. We're going to heaven. This is our heaven. We're in heaven.
Don't know about you, but I'm not going there.
You're not going there.
I'm not going there.
Why are you not going there? What did you do, sir? Did you Columbus? Did you do a Columbus?
This is empty. I didn't do a Columbus.
You did a Columbus.
You're the Columbus.
I'm not I'm going to heaven.
How do you know?
Because I'm a blessed soul.
You're a blessed soul?
No,
right?
I don't think I'm going to heaven either.
Nobody's going to heaven.
Oh, no. No one. Even the people are like, God! It's like, no, you're too much God.
Do you hate the people who kind of beat you over the head with a Bible? Do you know what I mean?
I got you. And yes.
And they come in and shove their religion down your throat?
That's how I feel. Okay, there was one time I went to a daycare when I was really little, and I called this kid stupid.
Yeah.
The person who was running the daycare pulled me off to the side and said, I sinned and I'm going to hell. Like, legit. She grabbed my arm, like, almost lifted me, like, 2 feet off the ground and said, you're going to hell.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So there's this one guy. He came over. He was fixing my fireplace.
Gotcha.
I don't want to know where your mind was going with that.
No, I remember the story.
Did I tell you the story?
Yeah, you told me the story.
Okay, well, there's this guy that came in, and he was fixing my fireplace, right? And he, for some reason, out of the blue, asked me, are you a man of faith? And me being like 15.
Faith.
And not a man of faith. I didn't know what that meant.
You were a boy of
So
faith.
I was like, no. And then he flipped out on me.
And you said you need Jesus.
He didn't. But he was trying to convince me to become a super Christian. Right? And so like he would follow me around and like just try and convince me so hard it didn't work. But he even came into my room and forced me to read a Bible verse.
Like, forced you?
Yeah, he forced me. Well, I mean, I could have like
walked away.
No, I was cornered. I was in my room.
He almost Columbus you?
He almost Columbus me.
But with Jesus.
No, but with Jesus. But he told me, so he forced me to read this thing from the Bible. I don't remember what it was. I didn't know what it meant. But he came into my room, of all places.
This is my
This guy was like sanctuary. This guy was so rude. I hated him.
But I feel you. I feel your pain.
And then he said that I was smart but weak.
Pizza.
Cause pizza.
Pizza's almost here. But anyways, continue your
But
story.
he said that I was smart, but he told me that I was weak. Because he for some reason he had it in his mind that you either had to be brains or brawn. One or the other. You couldn't be both. Right? Right now I'd like to think I'm both. I'd like to think that I was both back then too. But he thought I was smart. But also he called himself dumb. Because he was brawn.
So he thought he was built?
He thought he was built, yeah.
Did you think he was built?
I didn't think he was built.
No.
He had like that typical old man body with like
a beer gut?
A beer gut. Like it wasn't insane, but it was like
a gut.
It was a gut.
It was a gut.
He had a gut. But this was even when I was doing my workout and stuff.
Started your workout.
Started my workout. This is when I started doing my workout. But so yeah, I was a little bit of brawn and a little bit of brain.
But anyways, the moral of the story is
don't force people to believe in what they don't want to believe in.
Okay. Well, that's gonna conclude our episode today. We got pizza.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Goodbye.
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 Bye.